Annadurai, can you hear me? Pradeep, Rajesh, Ravinder, Sagar, and Shahidul Islam. If you guys can hear me, please type in yes in the chat window. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So today's our class agenda is, this is HANA 1.0 with support pack 7 with the data services workbench, information steward, SAP River, and smart data access. So the smart data access, SAP River, these are the new options given by SAP in support pack 7. So today's our class agenda is introduction to SAP HANA and in-memory strategy. So introduction to SAP HANA and what is in-memory strategy. So before starting introduction to SAP HANA, let's discuss what is the necessity of an in-memory appliance like SAP HANA. Why a company required an in-memory appliance like SAP HANA? And what is the product strategy of SAP HANA? As we discussed in the demo session, in present day scenario, as a result of globalization, information explosion. What is information explosion is, as companies started their business in different parts of the globe, in different geographical locations, the enterprise data spread across different geographical locations in different systems and in different formats. So look at this diagram. So in this diagram, so we have different data in different formats and in different systems. Well, the data is in unstructured format, in the form of spreadsheets, in the form of workbooks, in the form of Word documents, in emails, in Twitters, in Facebook. The CRM data is in ERP application. So we have COPA data in a data warehousing application. Like this, whenever a information explosion like this in any enterprise, what are the challenges faced by an enterprise which deals with really huge volume of data, and what are the consequences? Daily challenges: complex system landscape. Sorry folks. So this is the, now you guys can see my screen. So this is the information explosion. So what is information explosion is, the data is spread across different geographical locations in different formats in different source systems. Look at this diagram. In this diagram, the data is in unstructured format. The enterprise data is in unstructured format in the form of spreadsheets, in the form of Word document, in the form of tweets in Twitter, in the form of text in the Facebook. And the company's demand planning data is in another system. COPA data is another system. Okay, some sales orders data, delivery data in data warehousing application. So inventory planning and other data in different types of OLAP applications, OLTP applications. If the information explosion like this in an enterprise at present day scenario, what are the challenges and what are the consequences faced by the enterprises? Well, first one is the challenges related to system landscape, complex system landscape, the challenges related to high data storage or big data storage and the challenges related to query performance on the top of such a big data. Now, complex system landscape. If the information explosion is like this, the system landscape is very complex. High flexibility. The business users require immediate results for decision making. Massive growth of data volume. As per one of the research, for every 18 months, the enterprise data doubles. Whenever the enterprise doubles, how to manage such a big data? Skilled workforce. What are the other consequences? Suboptimal execution speed, lack of responsiveness, user frustration, unsupportable business process. Lack of transparency. If the information explosion is like this, lack of transparency, need of aggregation, outdated figures, guessing the current situation is very difficult. And the information explosion is like this, we cannot build a reactive business model. So what is a reactive business model? If we have the reactive business model, we can respond immediately to our customers. We can give very good competition or tough competition to our competitors so that we can sustain the business. At the same time, we are not going to miss any opportunities. If you don't have reactive business model as a result of information explosion, then the business will miss so many opportunities and we cannot compete with our competitor in order to sustain in the market. Whenever the information explosion is like this, the business users, they require reports on real-time data at the moment of risk and opportunity. Customers expect the business experience to be as satisfying as personal experience. People expect instant correct answer to any business question. So what are the traditional tools, traditional databases we are using at this point of time to manage such a big data and the queries on the top of such a big data, running the queries on top of such a big data? It's a cost-effective management of large data volume. Using the traditional databases, using traditional tools, it's a very cost-effective management of large data volume. Second, well, if you want to ask the question, my friends, please raise your hand or you can type the question in chat window also. You can raise your hand or you can type the question in the chat window also. So immediate answers to getting immediate answer to any business question is very difficult. So whatever the consequences, whatever the challenges the enterprises are facing at this point of time, the challenges related to big data, the challenges related to query response time on top of such a big data, how we can overcome all these challenges by using HANA as the solution. First of all, what is SAP HANA? What type of business solution it's providing to an enterprise? Well, SAP HANA high performance analytical appliance. Current version is 1.0 with support pack 7. HANA is an appliance. What is HANA, my friends? In its appliance, high performance analytical appliance. It's a combination of software and hardware. It's a technology with the combination of software and hardware. Which allows the processing of huge quantity of the data in the main memory itself. So this appliance is completely in-memory based. What exactly in-memory based appliance? What is a in-memory based database? So in order to understand what is a in-memory database, first of all, we'll look into what exactly a traditional database, how the traditional databases will work. These are XRDBMS. In any traditional database, the primary persistence of the data is hard drive. And this is the processor, CPU. Yes, it's an in-memory database, but HANA appliance. What is HANA appliance is, HANA appliance comes along with not only in-memory database, along with other components. So the components along with HANA in-memory database is a appliance. So in HANA appliance, we have in-memory database, IMCE, along with other components. See, in HANA appliance, this is the IMCE, in-memory computing engine, or this is in-memory database server. So in HANA appliance, along with this IMCE, we do have other components. Like SAP HANA Studio. This is one of the client tools. SAP HANA Studio. Okay, SLT components to implement SLT components, IMCE, JDBC, IMCE, ODBC, Information Composer, Host Agent, all these components together, HANA appliance. Yes, Nitin? Hello? Yes. Is your doubt is clear? So how a in-memory, a traditional database works? In traditional database, this is a CPU, this is a hard drive, this is a processor. Sorry, RAM, main memory. What is hard drive, my friends? It's a mechanical device. So whenever we require the data for processing, for analysis, for computations, the CPU will read the data from hard drive by performing disk IOs. Then the data will be loaded into RAM, main memory. In order to perform the disk IOs, to read the data from hard drive, which is a mechanical device, to RAM, these are the major bottlenecks in traditional computing, because it requires significant amount of time here. So what are the major bottlenecks in the past? In the sense, whenever we are using the traditional databases, these are the major bottlenecks. Performance bottlenecks, disk IOs. What is SAP HANA? How SAP HANA differs when comparing with traditional databases? In SAP HANA, which is a in-memory database, the primary persistence of the data is not hard drive. The primary persistence of the data is RAM. Main memory. We don't require any disk IOs to perform on hard drive in order to load the data from hard drive to main memory. Directly from main memory, because the complete data resides in the main memory, it doesn't matter if your complete data warehousing size is 10 terabytes, 20 terabytes. So in SAP HANA, we can have hundreds of terabytes of RAM. At the same time, in SAP HANA, the data is compressed. Compressed in the sense, in traditional database, we have 1 terabyte of data. If I am loading the same data in SAP HANA using column-based tables, if I am storing the same amount of data in SAP HANA using column-based tables, it's approximately 100 GB. This is called compressed data. Even if you have 10 terabytes in traditional database, even it's not 1 terabyte in SAP HANA, because in SAP HANA the data is highly compressed. So once the data is directly available from main memory, this is called in-memory analytics. From SAP HANA, in-memory analytics is possible, and in-memory computations, in-memory calculations. The data is directly available for reporting, for calculations from main memory. So SAP HANA supports in-memory analytics as well as in-memory computations. In-memory analytics. For example, just I will give you a layman example. Suppose if I have to prepare the food, whatever the grocery items I require, I have to go to the grocery store, then get those items, start preparing the food. In order to drive to the grocery store and getting those items, it requires significant amount of time. Whereas, assume the complete grocery store resides in my kitchen. When the complete grocery store resides in my kitchen, I don't have to go to the grocery store to grab all the grocery items which I required for preparing the food. Directly I can go to the kitchen, start preparing the food. Which one is faster? The second one is faster. Apart from complete storing the data in main memory, HANA fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. We'll see what are the new hardware technology innovations and new software technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast. Well, why SAP has released a in-memory product like SAP HANA? SAP released a in-memory product like SAP HANA for one of the solution for the big data. Well, you guys heard about the big data. This what is going on. Okay, very popular nowadays. Big data, Hadoop, SAP HANA, big data solutions. What is a big data? Why SAP released the big data? Why SAP released the SAP HANA? See, SAP big data refers to the data sets that exceeds the ability of commonly used tools. What is a big data? Big data refers to the data sets that exceed the ability of commonly used tools, like commonly used databases, traditional databases, or commonly used reporting tools. While no formal definition based on size exists, these data sets typically reach terabytes, petabytes, or even exabytes. Well, there is no formal definition for big data. Okay. In general, the data is considered as a big data if its size crosses from terabytes, petabytes, even exabytes. So 1024 terabyte equivalent to 1 petabyte. Again, 1024 petabyte equivalent to 1 exabyte. Well, SAP has positioned HANA as one of the solutions for the big data challenges at the low end of scale. Why SAP released SAP HANA, my friends? Apart from, there are so many other purposes. Okay, how we can use SAP HANA. We'll look into the product strategy of SAP HANA. Apart from all other product strategies, one of the product strategy of SAP HANA is SAP HANA can be used as a solution for the big data. There are different solutions for the big data. One of the solutions for the big data is SAP HANA. How SAP HANA is one of the solutions for the big data is SAP HANA can accommodate terabytes, even petabytes of data in main memory itself. So SAP HANA is one of the solutions for the big data, but what type of solution? It's a main memory based solution, in-memory based solution. Here we are storing the complete data in the main memory, big data, and the reporting is also very fast. There are other big data solutions also, like Hadoop. Hadoop is not in-memory based solution, my friends. No, Hadoop is cluster based solution. Hadoop is also one of the data for the big data. Hadoop is only the solution for the big data. HANA is one of the solution for the big data. Apart from that, there are various other purposes for which we can use the HANA. If a company, even if they don't have big data also, they can utilize SAP HANA to optimize their BI applications. Okay, for they can use HANA as a data mart. They can use HANA as an underlying database for BW 7.3. There are so many other product strategies. Apart from that, one of the product strategy of SAP HANA is big data. So Hadoop is not in-memory based solution. Hadoop is cluster based solution. What is cluster based solution is, in Hadoop we'll have one master machine. This is called master machine. This master machine controls various slave machines in a network. This can be a cloud, this can be a network. This is cluster based solution in the sense the big data will store in different machines, and we will process the big data also using various machines, various computers. That is Hadoop solution. How Hadoop is a solution for the big data? Hadoop is also one of the solution for the big data, but it's a cluster based solution. So Hadoop is also one of the solutions for the big data. So whatever the problems we come across using information explosion, all these problems we can manage using Hadoop also. See, it's one of the Hadoop cluster from Yahoo. Yahoo built one Hadoop cluster with 25,000 nodes, means 25,000 machines with one Hadoop cluster, okay, managed by a master machine. So this is the way how the Hadoop is cluster based solution. In Hadoop we have master node. This is called master machine. Okay, this master machine controls various data nodes or slave machines. So how many slave machines we can have in one Hadoop cluster is thousands. So the data will be distributed in various machines and the data will be processed in various machines. Simple example, if a work has to be completed by one person, it will take 1 week to complete the work. If I am allocating 7 employees to complete the work, I can complete the work in 1 day. That is Hadoop concept. So if you are storing the data in one machine, and if you are using one machine for processing the data, it will take a lot of time. So we can store the data across the network of computers, and we can process the data distributed, Hadoop distributed file system, Hadoop distributed processing. So this is the way Hadoop can store the big data, and Hadoop can process the big data in a faster way. That is called cluster based solution. Coming to HANA, HANA is not a cluster based solution. HANA is a in-memory based solution. In SAP HANA, we will store the complete data in memory for faster analytics, for faster performance. So SAP has positioned, apart from so many other product strategies, SAP has positioned HANA as one of the solutions for the big data. At launch, HANA started with 1 terabyte of RAM, supporting up to 5 terabytes of uncompressed data. In late 2011, hardware with 8 terabyte of RAM became available with supports up to 40 terabytes of uncompressed data. And in 2012, HANA was able to run on a server with 100 terabytes of main memory. Look at this, 100 terabytes of main memory. Again, the data which is stored in SAP HANA is a compressed data. Means if you have 1 terabyte in traditional database, that's approximately will become 100 GB. Like this in SAP HANA, in May 2012 only, a HANA appliance with 100 terabytes of RAM is available. So this project in collaboration with IBM, okay, SAP collaborated with IBM to build this appliance. Hasso Plattner, who is the project in charge for this, he claimed this SAP HANA appliance is big enough to accommodate 8 largest SAP customers' data. Look at this. Who are largest customers for SAP? Fortune 50 companies, Fortune 100 companies. So in one HANA, that is capable of accommodating 8 largest SAP customers data. Look at the capacity of SAP HANA. How much big data you can store in SAP HANA. Okay, as I explained, SAP HANA is not only one of the solutions for the big data. Apart from this, HANA can be used in various prospects. Means we have different product strategy of SAP HANA. Well, we will see the history of SAP HANA. The compressed data is retrieved using different client tools, SAP BOBA client tools, 4.0, 4.1 client tools. The compressed data can be retrieved using Microsoft Excel as a reporting tool, 2010. So all these are the different reporting tools using which the data can be retrieved from SAP HANA for the reporting purpose. Yeah, we're coming to here. Okay, look at the brief history about the SAP HANA. When SAP released the first release of SAP HANA, SAP HANA first release, HANA 1.0 with support pack 0, 2010 November 20th. Then SAP released HANA support pack 1, 1.0 support pack 1 in June 2011, 20th June 2011. Support pack 2 in 27 June 2011 up to support pack 0, support pack 1, support pack 2. HANA can be used as one of the solutions for the big data. Apart from that, HANA can be used as a data mart. What is HANA as a data mart? See, if you look at this, up to support pack 2, HANA supports, you can store very high volume of data in SAP HANA and you can use HANA as a data mart. What exactly a product strategy is? Suppose as a consumer you are buying a product. Whenever I am buying a product, as a consumer I am supposed to have good understanding of that product, in the sense how I can utilize that product. For example, if I am buying a laptop, I know how I can utilize that laptop. I can use for the training purpose, I can use for work related purpose, and I can use for surfing the internet, all these things. In the same way, what is the product strategy of HANA? Product strategy means how a client can use this SAP HANA. That comes under product strategy of SAP HANA. Well, we have 1.0 7 support packs. The latest support pack is released by SAP couple of months back, support pack 7. So we'll start from support pack 0, support pack 1, support pack 2. Up to this support pack, HANA can be used as only as a data mart. What is HANA as a data mart? HANA as a data mart, we can load the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA. That comes under data provisioning. See, your reality with SAP HANA, whatever the challenges the enterprises are facing related to big data, related to query performance on the big data, how we can overcome all these challenges with SAP HANA is groundbreaking in-memory innovations. Groundbreaking in-memory innovations in the sense scalability. The complete data resides in the main memory. Second, you can access the data, you can load the data from any source system, see, from any source system to SAP HANA. That can be unstructured data, that can be structured data, the data from databases, the data from OLTP systems, the data from different data warehousing applications, the data from Twitter, any type of data. Flexibility, speed, 3,600 times faster when comparing with traditional analytics, because the complete data resides in the main memory. Apart from this, HANA can fully leverage new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations, which makes HANA super duper fast. Only in 2014 fiscal year, my friends, this $24 billion of big data projects started across the globe. $24 billion of big data projects. Just you can imagine what is the scope for the big data projects in coming years, including 2014. See, these are support pack 7. HANA has a data mart. I can design the schemas. I can create the schemas. I can create the tables like column-based tables, row-based tables, and I can load the data into these tables from any source. From any source, you can load the data. Suppose the customer required a single point of access to their entire enterprise data. HANA as a data mart, whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, we can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. That is called data provisioning. What is data provisioning, my friends? In SAP HANA, loading the data from any source system to SAP HANA. You can load the data from any source system. It can be unstructured data, it can be structured data, data from different databases, the data from different applications, from different ERPs, from different transactional systems, flat files, Hadoop big data, Hadoop distributed file system. Suppose you want to load the data from different databases. If you select only database, from how many databases you can load the data to SAP HANA? Say from any one of these databases. Now if you select the source as a JD Edwards, Oracle applications, PeopleSoft, any SAP applications, SAP Master Data Services, CBEL. Apart from that, you can load the data from different file systems. Hadoop distributed file system, XML files in DTD format, XSD format, COBOL copybooks, the data generated from mainframes. Very good question. Why we will load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA? Well, a client is using Hadoop and SAP HANA for their big data solution. Now, they need reports on top of Hadoop data, but what type of reports they required? They required in-memory reports. In-memory reports means very faster. How much faster? Look at this. On top of HANA, if I'm generating reports on 50 terabytes of data, 460 billion records, 70 retailers, they combine the data, though it's very old statistics. Some complex queries are tested, 13 seconds. With SAP HANA, the query response time is 13 seconds. Before SAP HANA, 77 minutes. And some average queries are tested, the query response time is 0.04 seconds. Even NASA recently tested with petabytes of data, not with terabytes of data. Petabytes of data, the query response time is seconds. Well, the client they want to optimize their BI applications. They want to optimize all their reports. So whenever we are running the reports based on SAP HANA, based on Hadoop, Hadoop supports MapReduce, a programming language. So we have to write the coding for how to generate the reports, blah, blah, blah. Instead of that, I want to use BOPA reporting tools. In that case, I can load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA. Then I can design the information models. On top of SAP HANA, I can generate reports using SAP BOPA reporting tools, business objects reporting tools. So in order to optimize the BI applications, in order to optimize the BI reports, we can load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA, okay, for reporting purpose. That is the reason from support pack 7 onwards, I will go through the new support pack 7 feature. In support pack 7, SAP has given tighter integration with Hadoop, and from Hadoop, SAP has given caching concept also. I will explain what is Hadoop caching in support pack 7. That is the reason. Whenever the client wants to load the data from Hadoop to SAP HANA for the reporting purpose, we can load the data from Hadoop, HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System, using Business Object Data Services to SAP HANA for the reporting purpose. Okay, what is HANA as a data mart? HANA as a data mart, we can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. Loading the data from different source system to SAP HANA comes under data provisioning. Okay, what is HANA as a data mart? First of all, HANA as a data mart like any other data warehousing application. You name any other data warehousing application. So this is our data warehousing application. That can be okay, rollup application or molap application. First, we'll design the data marts. We'll design the info cubes or star schemas or extended star schemas. Basically, this is modeling. Then ETL, extract, transform, and load. We'll extract the data. We'll transform the data the way how we need the data in the reporting as per the requirements. Then reporting on top of these data from the data warehousing application. So in general data warehousing project, my friends, we can design first modeling, ETL, reporting. In the same way, whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, what we can do in SAP HANA. Whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, we can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA. That comes under data provisioning. Well, what are the different data provisioning options given by SAP? In this scenario, which data provisioning method I have to go for? Which one I have to adapt? First, there are several data provisioning methods. Flat files. We can directly load the data from the flat files to SAP HANA. This option provided by SAP from support pack 4 onwards. Before support pack 4, we don't have this option. From support pack 4, SAP provided this option. What is that option? Direct loading the data from the flat files. That is the reason. In our course content also, let me explain how I designed the course content. First, after completing introduction to SAP HANA, SAP HANA Studio, SAP HANA architecture in various perspectives, like in IMC perspective, data provisioning perspective, modeling perspective, reporting perspective, architecture of persistence layer. First, we'll start HANA as a data mart because there are so many clients who are using HANA as a one of the solution for the big data, okay, to optimize their BI applications. In that case, whenever a client is using HANA as one of the solution for the big data and HANA they are using to optimize their BI applications, in that case, they will use HANA as a data mart. So what type of resource the client will look for in order to work in those type of projects is you need to have data provisioning skills, modeling skills, and reporting skills. So after completing the architecture, look and feel, introduction to SAP HANA, we'll start data provisioning. Data provisioning using flat files. Next, very famous and very frequently used data provisioning method is ETL based replication. What is ETL based replication? In these scenarios, we'll use ETL based replication. Yes, I will answer your question. Ravinder, okay, do you need any BO experience? I will explain. Wait for some more seconds. I will explain your question very clearly. Yes, Ravinder, I will explain your question very clearly after completing HANA as a data mart. Let me complete this one, so then I can explain your question very clearly. Just I'm in a job portal, my friends. I'm trying to explain how the jobs in SAP HANA. Look at this. I'm in the DICE. They're asking for SAP BODS with SAP HANA. See, BODS with SAP HANA means The client is using HANA as one of the solutions for the big data, and they are using HANA as a data mart. So whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, what type of skill set they require from a resource? What type of skill set they will look for a resource before getting that resource on board? Data provisioning skills. Complete data provisioning. What is data provisioning? The client, they have the system landscape, something like this, very complex system landscape. They have different source system from where the data has to be extracted to SAP HANA. Whenever we have to extract the data from various source systems to SAP HANA, that comes under data provisioning. What are the different approaches given by SAP? The first approach is direct flat file methods, but direct flat file methods supports only 3 types of files: CSV, XLS, XLSX. If you have the data in other file systems like XML, Hadoop distributed file system, COBOL copybooks, then we have to use business object data services only. Second, and very frequently used data provisioning method. Look at this. What they are asking in data provisioning skills, BODS, a consultant who is going to work in this project, they supposed to know how to extract the data from different SAP and non-SAP source system to SAP HANA using business object data services. Now, in which scenarios we'll use ETL based application? In ETL based application, my friend, no, you don't require ECC experience, Rajesh. If you know what is ECC, okay, what exactly ECC, what are the different applications we have, that's more than enough. So up to what exposure you require to SAP ECC, I will be giving that exposure in the course itself. Apart from that, you don't need any extensive experience in SAP ECC, because we have nothing to do with SAP ECC. We will extract the data from SAP ECC, or we will configure the SLT from SAP ECC. Well, if you have some functional experience like FICO, SD, it's well and good. Though if you don't have, it's nothing to worry. In which scenarios a client can adopt ETL based approaches? What is ETL based approach? As the name indicates, we'll use one ETL tool to load the data from different source systems to SAP HANA. That is a ETL based approach. In ETL based approach, it supports only one ETL tool. The name of the ETL tool is SAP BODS, SAP Business Objects Data Services. It supports starting from 4.0, 4.1, and the current and the latest one is 4.2. In this course, we will cover 4.2. The scenarios in which the client can use ETL based approaches to build agile data mart. Well, what is an agile data mart? The client is loading the data from a source. The source can be database, the source can be any one of these sources. Any one of these sources. The data in the source system is not in its original shape. Before loading the data to SAP HANA, we need complex transformations to be performed. The data in the source is not in its original shape, but we need complex transformations to be performed before loading the data to SAP HANA. We have to cleanse the data, massage the data, consolidate the data as per the reporting requirements before loading the data into HANA, or as per our data storage requirements before loading the data to SAP HANA. In that case, in order to accomplish these type of complex ETL requirements, we require a full-fledged ETL tool like Informatica Data Stage. Here, it supports only one ETL tool, my friends. The name of the ETL tool is Business Object Data Services. Okay, so the version we are learning in this course is Business Object Data Services 4.2, which is the latest version. So Business Object Data Services is a full-fledged ETL tool which supports various types of transforms like data integrated transforms, data quality transforms, platform transforms, text data processing transforms. Apart from these transforms, it supports various scripting languages like SQL scripting. Yeah, the session will be up to 10 p.m. EST, means 9 p.m. CST. Okay, hour and a half. Okay. Well, if you have any urgent work, you can go ahead, Nitin. So you will get the recording session. Tomorrow you will get the recording session. So the entire session will be recorded. So we have the concept of blocks. See, these are block concept. So these are one of the block for our ongoing batch. So once you enroll for the course, you will be given access to this block. So here we have all, you can ask any type of question. You can post any type of question to your trainer. Okay. Then case studies and assignments. For every class, we'll be having corresponding case studies and assignments will be posted here. So video recordings. Suppose, for example, you missed one session. Then you don't have to worry. Right away, once the session is done, the complete recording of the session will be posted here. So you can go through this session. Okay. You can if you have any questions after going through this recorded session, you can post your questions to the instructor, or you can stay after the class. Okay, so that you can ask whatever the questions you have in the previous session, the one you did not attend it. So like this, once if you missed any session, you don't have to worry. Complete recording session will be posted in the blog. Okay, apart from these transformations, it supports various types of scripting languages like SQL scripting, Python scripting. Apart from this scripting, it has got its own scripting languages. By using these transforms, predefined transforms and scripting languages, we can load the data from any source system to SAP HANA by achieving our business requirements. So in the data provisioning, after completing data flat files, we'll start data provisioning using business object data services, ETL based approach. From here, we'll start from the scratch. You don't need to have any BODS experience before. No, if you have some BODS experience, it's well and good for you. But though if you don't have any BODS experience, you don't have to worry, because here we are learning from the scratch. As of you are attending a separate training for business object data services, exclusively loading the data to SAP HANA. That is the reason we'll start from the scratch, my friends. Look at this. We'll start from the scratch. How to load the data from different source system to SAP HANA, different file system to SAP HANA, how to use different types of transforms, SQL transforms, case transforms, pivot transforms, okay, repositories. And apart from this, nowadays, when SAP released BODS 4.1, they have given some new tools. The new tool is Data Services Workbench, which is very high in demand, and Information Steward for data profiling. In fact, recently I have given a couple of corporate trainings, Information Steward and Data Services Workbench with SAP HANA for a couple of my clients in Columbus. See, these are Data Services Workbench. So if you know Data Services Workbench, how to load the data, Data Services Workbench to SAP HANA using Information Steward, you will be very high in demand. So apart from this Data Services Designer, this is Designer. Designer will cover Data Services Workbench. These are Data Services Designer. So apart from the Data Services Designer, we'll cover Data Services Workbench and Information Steward. So basically the information steward is a data profiling tool. What is data profiling is checking the quality of the data before loading the data to SAP HANA. So after completing data services workbench information steward, we will move on to the new data provisioning options given by SAP in support pack 7. In support pack 7, this is support pack 7. SAP has given a new data provisioning options, that is smart data access, which is also very high in demand. Go to the job portals, type HANA with smart data access. What is smart data access is, using smart data access, we can load the data from remote source system to SAP HANA. Remote source system. Like you can load remote SQL Server to SAP HANA, remote Oracle to SAP HANA. At the same time, even you can create remote calculation use based on remote data sources. You can load the data from remote source systems and you can create the information models based on remote source systems also. That is a new feature given by SAP, one of the new feature. The name of the new feature is Smart Data Access. This option is available only in Support Pack 7, the latest one. So this is a Support Pack 6. Yeah, Smart Data Access is a feature in Support Pack 7 given by SAP to load the data from remote source systems like remote SQL Server database, any remote source systems. See, in the data provisioning in Support Pack 6, we don't have Smart Data Access. Can you guys see here? This is a Support Pack 6. But in Support Pack 7, see, new option is Smart Data Access. Then once we completed using ETL based approach, okay, then we'll move on to SLT. Yes, so in ETL based approach, we cannot load the data from remote source systems. See, we have to connect the data. We have to create the data stores. If you have the data from SAP CRM, you have to load. Okay, if you have to connect the data from different source system, we have to create the data store. It does not provide any facility loading the data from remote source systems, whereas Smart Data Access provides the facility to load the data from remote source systems as well. Okay. Anyways, we'll be seeing in the course. Okay, this is only a introductory session. If we look at one of the feature of SAP HANA, HANA supports real-time access also. Real-time data access. How it differs with ETL based approach. Basically, it's a schedule based application. What is schedule based application is? See, we designed this job to load the data from a source to SAP HANA by applying all our business rules. Now, I am scheduling this job on periodic basis, like on hourly basis, on weekly basis, on daily basis. So how frequently the business requires the reports on top of this data. That is called schedule based application. So this batch job will be scheduled periodically to load the data from source system to SAP HANA on a periodic basis. Well, this is enterprise. In this enterprise, the client is using HANA as a data mart to store their big data and reporting on top of big data to optimize their BI applications. They are using HANA as one of the solution. What type of reports in any the business user required in any enterprise? The business users required reports on historical data. What is reports on historical data? Suppose in the source in SAP HANA, we have 2 years full fiscal years of data, 3 years full fiscal year of data. So why they require the reports on historical data? For trend analysis, for forecasting, to take the decision about the trend analysis, for decision making, for forecasting, for budgeting. To take the decision about all these, they require reports on historical data. Apart from reports on historical data, the business user required daily inventory monitor levels. They have to monitor daily inventory levels. Business user required reports on sales order status tracking reports, delivery status tracking reports. Okay, in these type of reports, we required reports on real-time data. What is reports on real-time data? What exactly is real-time data? This is called real-time analytics. Historical data, real-time data. What is the difference between historical data and real-time data is? Real-time data, these are source. For example, the business user required order status tracking reports. So the business users, the end users are creating orders. We are doing the deliveries. This is a source, which is a transaction system. This is SAP HANA. Once the data is saved in the source, we need the data right away in SAP HANA. Within the fraction of seconds, we need the data in SAP HANA. Once the transaction is saved in the source, right away I need the data available for the reporting on top of SAP HANA. That is called real-time data. On top of real-time data, if you are generating the reports, that is nothing but real-time analytics. And in some scenarios, the business users require reports with the combination of historical and real-time data. Well, how to achieve the real-time replication? How to replicate the real-time data to SAP HANA? What are the different data provisioning approaches given by SAP for real-time replication? For real-time replication, SAP has given two options, two data provisioning methods. One is SLT. SLT stands for SAP Landscape Transformation, or this is also known as trigger-based replication. Why it is also known as trigger-based replication is SLT will happen, okay, using database triggers. The data replication will happen in SLT using database triggers in the source system. That is the reason this is also known as trigger-based replication. In which scenario the client can adopt SLT is when the client requires operational data marts to be built in SAP HANA. They need the real-time data to be replicated to SAP HANA, very detailed level of data, the data at document level, operational data, the data at line item level, and that too what type of data we required? Real-time data. So in order to implement the real-time replication, no, SLT is a separate mechanism. Okay, SLT is not concerned with BODS. BODS is a ETL based replication. SLT will set up the SLT. So these are SLT. So we'll configure the SLT in SAP source system side, SAP or non-SAP source system side. Then we'll do some configuration on HANA side. So HANA will connect to SAP source system SLT using RFC using database connections. So SLT, we have to set up the SLT, we have to configure the SLT. It's nothing to do with BODS. BODS is an ETL tool. SLT is a technology implemented by SAP for the real-time replication. So in order to build the operational data marts, in order to access the real-time data, we'll use SLT. So after completing this, we'll start SLT. In SLT, as my background from ABAP, BW, SAP, BOBA, So I will teach how to write the transformations in SLT also using ABAP includes. No one will teach how to write the transformations in SLT in training, most of the training facilities. So not only how to write the routines, how to write the ABAP includes, I will show you how to filter the data before replicating the data to SAP HANA using SLT as per the ETL requirements, how to extend the table structures, how to delete the fields of the tables in the target table which are not required in target SAP HANA database. Like this, whatever the transformations, not only configuring, setting up the SLT, apart from that, what are different transformation capabilities supported by SLT, those transformations also be discussed here. Then after, we'll load the data using, there is one more data, a little bit tough ABAP. Even if you don't know much ABAP, it doesn't matter. So there's very simple coding we'll use. So data provisioning using direct extractor connection. This is also one of the data provisioning method we'll be covering in this course. So once we completed the data provisioning, then we'll move on to modeling. Because HANA has a data mart. Whenever a client is using HANA as a data mart, what type of skill set the client will expect from a resource? Data provisioning skills, modeling skills, and reporting skills. If you look at using SLT using business object data services, we load the data from different source systems like SAP ECC, SAP CRM. What type of data we will load? Finance data for finance scenarios, for sales scenarios, for purchasing scenarios. Even my specialization, as explained in the demo session, the CRM, I will cover some CRM scenarios as well. So in the modeling, using these tables, we'll start designing information models. Level of information model, okay, attribute views, analytical views, calculation views, creating very advanced calculation views, GUI scripts, okay, creating the attribute views, analytical views for FI scenarios, for COPA scenarios, currency conversions. After covering the complete modeling concept, advanced level modeling, we'll start reporting. For reporting here, we'll use only one reporting tool, that is SAP BOBA 4.0 and 4.1. On top of SAP HANA, my friends, only certified reporting tools are SAP BOBA 4.0, SAP Business Objects Data Service, Business Intelligence Tools, SAP BOBA 4.0. Yes, we will create the universe. Okay, these are the different reporting tools in SAP BOBA 4.0 suite. Like we have Crystal Reports for Enterprise, Dashboard Design 4.0, Web Intelligence, Business Objects Analysis, Analysis Edition for Overlap, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, Explorer, Crystal Reports 2011, different tools. Among these tools, three tools required universe on top of SAP HANA. What are the three tools required universe on top of SAP HANA? Web Intelligence, Dashboard Design 4.0, Web Intelligence 4.0, Crystal Reports for Enterprise. These three reporting tools require a semantic layer on top of SAP HANA. So in order to start report development on top of HANA using Web Intelligence, Dashboard Design, and Crystal Reports for Enterprise, first we'll design the universes using Information Design tool. HANA reporting layer, connectivity options, business objects 4.0 and 4.1 architecture, then designing the complex universes in IDT on top of HANA tables and HANA views. So once we design the universes, I will show you how to design the web reports on top of the universes, design on top of HANA, how to design the dashboard reports, how to use the Crystal Reports for Enterprise for report development using that SAP HANA. We don't have any desktop reports, we have only web reports, because in BA 4.0 desktop intelligence is obsolete. In BA 4.0 Desky is obsolete, we don't have Desky anymore. So we have only web intelligence. Okay. Now, other reporting tools. We'll cover other reporting tools also, how the other reporting tools will directly connect to SAP HANA, other reporting concepts using other tools. Even we'll cover the latest tools in BA 4.1 like predictive analysis, business object design studio, which is a new tool to design the BA applications, mobile applications on top of SAP HANA, the new tool SAP Lumira. These are the new reporting tools. So these new reporting tools will be covered along with other reporting tools in BA 4.0. This is HANA as a data mart. In the sense, if a client is using HANA as a data mart, what type of skill set you require? Data provisioning skills, modeling skills, and reporting skills. Now there is very good question asked by one of the attendees. Well, I need to have a prior BO experience. If you have prior BO experience, it's well and good. The reason is for reporting, we are using BA 4.0 reporting tools, and even for data provisioning also we are using one of the business objects tool, which is also an ETL tool. It's well and good. Now, I don't have any experience in that case. If you don't have any experience, look at this. We are covering how much in depth we are covering these tools. As of you are taking separate training for these tools. So you will be having the complete access to the system. Once you enroll for the course, you will be having the complete access to the system. In this, we have HANA 1.0 with support pack 7, data services 4.2, BOBA 4.1, BW and HANA, everything is available. So you have all the tools, you have all the materials you can explore from your side, apart from whatever the course content we are covering related to SAP BOBA as well as business object data services. So after completing this reporting, we'll move on to BW and HANA. BW and HANA, because from support pack 3, when SAP released support pack 3, the complete product strategy has been changed. From support pack 3, HANA can be used as an underlying database for, yes, all the course materials are downloadable. Very good. Suppose if you want to download the training material, you can right click, you have all the download option. You have all the download option, all the download option. Okay. From support pack 3 onwards, when SAP released HANA 1.0 with support pack 3, the complete HANA can be used as a data mart. Apart from the data mart, HANA can be used as an underlying database. For BW 7.3, we require minimum support pack 5. These are product strategy of HANA from support pack 3 onwards. What is product strategy of SAP HANA from support pack 3 onwards? HANA can be used as a data mart. The same HANA can be used as the underlying database for BW 7.3 if the client is using BW 7.3 in the landscape to accelerate the BW performance in backend perspective as well as in front-end perspective. So once we completed HANA as a data mart, we have so many projects BW 7.4 HANA also. So in this course, we'll be covering the latest one, that is BW 7.4 with service pack 5. So in BW powered by SAP HANA, we'll cover in-memory optimized info cubes, in-memory optimized DSOs, okay, consumption of HANA information models in BW by creating transit providers, composing providers, complete upgradation process I will show you, and data flows. See how to identify this BW is running on top of SAP HANA is, go to the system and status. Here you will find the database information. The database is HDB. This is a database name, IMC name, HANA SP7. and the owner, all the tables of BW will be created in SAP BW4 in this schema. And I can say this is SAP Network 7.4 and the service pack is latest one 5. So in latest service pack 5, these are the new options available. See, SAP HANA analysis, you can directly see SAP HANA information views, how to consume. All these are the new options. Then we'll cover some administration part like user management, okay, security and authorizations. So for every topic, we'll be having the certification questions. I will post the certification questions, okay, from the day one to start preparing. Every topic I will cover what type of questions, okay, you can expect from that topic, and assignments. You have to work on the real assignments. We have so many assignments and case studies and end-to-end live projects also. Some implemented projects are POC projects like this. Suppose this is a validation transform. So how to do the lookup? How to use the BODS functions to load the data to SAP HANA? Specifications. No, you don't need any Java experience. So the total duration of the course is 55 to 60 hours, my friends. So once we come, as of now, what HANA, okay, apart from HANA as a data mart, apart from using HANA as a database layer to BW 7.3, so we have HANA version available as a database layer to BW, as a database layer to ECC, as a database layer to CRM. But in future version, one HANA database can be used as a database layer to all your applications in the landscape. Suppose the client is having 10 applications in the landscape or 5 applications in the landscape. At this point of time, they invested the money to buy different databases from different vendors. Now they don't have to invest the money on different databases. In HANA 2.0 version, which is the next version, one HANA DB can be used as a one DB can be used as a database layer to all the applications in a client landscape. That too, again, in each application, including production, testing, and development environments. What is the advantage? The client can reduce the cost, and HANA is an in-memory database, and it can fully leverage new hardware technology innovations, new software technology innovations. It's super duper fast. So this is the product strategy of SAP HANA. So tomorrow our class agenda is, okay, HANA, what is the synthesis of SAP HANA? HANA is a synthesis of 3 different products. One is Trex, P-Start Time, MaxDB. Then what is different editions in which HANA appliance is available? What is Platform Edition? In Platform Edition, what are the different components that comes along under Platform Edition? Enterprise Edition, then Extended Enterprise Edition. Then what are the new software technology innovations, new hardware technology innovations that HANA can fully leverage, which makes HANA super duper fast? These are the hardware technology innovations. Okay, software technology innovations. Okay, how the data will be stored in row-based tables, column-based tables, how it will retrieve the data, what is compressed data. So we'll see POC results, and we'll see who are the certified vendors from where the client can purchase SAP HANA, the product availability matrix of SAP HANA, then HANA appliance sizes, in which what are the different sizes in which HANA appliance is available, extra small, small, medium. So once we completed SAP HANA basics tomorrow, then we'll move on to how HANA compared to BW. So day after tomorrow we'll start look and feel of SAP HANA Studio, because in any SAP HANA appliance, along with IMC, there are other components also comes along with this HANA appliance. One of the important component is SAP HANA Studio. See, in any one of these HANA editions, it can be a platform edition, it can be an enterprise edition, it can be an extended enterprise edition. SAP HANA Studio, it's a very important component to connect to SAP HANA in-memory database. It's a client tool to connect to SAP HANA in-memory database, like Microsoft SQL Management Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio, to connect to SAP HANA to perform various types of administration related activities, data provisioning related activities, modeling related activities. That is our class agenda for today's session. Well, how many classes per week? Daily 5 classes per week, daily couple of hours, 10 hours per week. The course will be completed in 5 to 6 weeks. Very good. After the certification, not only after completing the course, once after completing the 2 weeks, we'll give the dump of certification questions, which consists of 1000 questions. You can go through all those questions. Okay. So 80% of the questions will come from the dump only. At the same time, okay, whatever the material I prepared for the certification, in each topic I prepared so many certification questions. We'll give that certification question, and weekly we'll give one sample certification exam. We'll post in the blog. Everyone has to download. You have to complete that certification exam. That is called quiz here. We'll conduct the quiz also. By completing those quizzes, it will help you to, okay, it will a kind of preparation for your certification. So we have very good prospects for SAP HANA, very good career. So if you look into big data, as I explained, there are 24 billion projects of big data is going in the market. So the career prospects are very, very good. And if you are a BOBA consultant, well, you can learn SAP HANA. You can learn SAP HANA, okay, which will give very high billing, and at the same time you will get very long-term contracts also. If you are a BW consultant, already there are 20,000 BW customers who are using BW. In order to accelerate the BW performance, they are migrating BW from traditional databases to SAP HANA database. If you are already BW consultant, you want to enhance the skill set. So in fact, there are so many projects BW with SAP HANA, and you are a BODS consultant, you are working in other data warehousing technology, you want to switch, okay, from your current tools to SAP HANA, okay, you want to start career as a HANA BOBA consultant, HANA BODS consultant, okay, you can learn SAP HANA, which will fetch you very good contracts with very good billing. Even in HANA 2.0, there are thousands of, okay, all the companies who are using traditional databases, okay, in 2.0, one HANA database can be used as a database layer to all the applications. In order to reduce the cost, most of the clients will go for SAP HANA to maximize the performance, to reduce their overall cost. Well, if you are a university passed out student, okay, if you are working in other IT technologies, you want to switch the career, well, HANA is also a very good option. HANA with reporting also very good options. So in various prospects, okay, you can see very good career growth with SAP HANA. So if you are already a BOBA consultant, if you are already working on business objects reporting side, you can enhance your skill by learning SAP HANA. You are already a BW consultant, okay, you can learn BW HANA, and there are so many projects BW with SAP HANA. If you are already a BODS consultant and ETL consultant, okay, then also there are so many data provisioning projects. As just I was going through one of the requirement here. See, the client is asking BODS with SAP HANA, okay. And even if you are a university passed out student, if you want to make career in SAP HANA, only the here we are covering significant amount of data services, workbench, reporting. You can enroll for this course. Only the prerequisite we required is SQL and basic understanding of databases, RDBMS. Even we will provide the basic stuff before enrolling for the course. We will give some videos. You can watch those videos related to SQL, basic SQL, and related to basic RDBMS concepts. Yes, I can. It's possible. I can share some material on Hadoop. Yes, Islam. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead with your question. Yes, sir. You raised your hand.
Yeah, can I install all those SAP Studio and other environments on the laptop?
Well, in order to install, okay, SAP HANA Studio, okay, all other, it required lot of memory, okay, starting from, okay, 64 GB. So having that much of memory on our laptop, desktop is very difficult. That is the reason how we are providing the access to all these clients, all these tools is using a remote desktop connection. What is a remote desktop connection is in our project how we are connecting to RDP using the VPN. The same way here also we will connect RDP. So once you connect it to the RDP, all the tools are installed here. You don't have to install any tool. Every student will have one dedicated user ID password. We don't share one user ID with two students. The server will be the sandbox will be up and running 24/7. You can practice at any time. All the course material, all the case studies, sources, other source systems, everything is installed here. So here you will find SAP HANA Studio install, added corresponding IMC in-memory database. You can see BODS 4.2 is integrated with SAP HANA. BOBA is integrated with SAP HANA. BW 7.3 is installed with SAP HANA. ECC is integrated with SAP HANA. CRM is integrated with SAP HANA. So having this type of environment on our laptop, desktop is very difficult. So well, at most you can install SAP HANA Studio, but in order to extract the data, you need to have ECC, CRM. So these many things you cannot install on one system, okay, unless if it is very big hardware like professional servers. So that is the reason you will provide. We have very high-end servers for sandbox we are using. So you can connect to this sandbox for training for practice purpose, where all the tools with integration you will available for the practice purpose. As of in a job environment, tomorrow after completing the course, you land up in a contract. In which landscape you are going to work, the same landscape also we have here. We simulated the same landscape with SAP ECC, CRM, BW, non-SAP source systems like Oracle, SQL Server, with SAP BOBA 4.1, BW 7.4 with SAP HANA, with the BODS 4.2. With all this integration, we set up the same environment. Like once you are in projects, what type of environment you are going to work, we simulated the similar type of environment in the sandbox also. So you'll be given the access to 4 months, I guess. So then after also the access is available with minimum payment.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
I got experience on bots and SAP BOBI, Business Objects Reporting. Supposing if I do this HANA course and if I look for job opportunities after doing the course and certification, will they ask for a real-time experience on HANA, or will the certification be suffice enough for me to get an opportunity on?
Well, if you have certification, just will fabricate your resume a little bit by showing 1 year of experience in SAP HANA. So 1 year experience means approximately the vendor also know you are a trained candidate. So because HANA is quite new in the market, it's hardly the company started implementing HANA since 2.5 years back. So if you have the certification in HANA, if you complete the POC projects, if you look at this, we are giving some POC projects. You have to work on these POC projects. So assignments and POC projects. So we'll give the POC projects for finance scenarios, for sales scenarios, for inventory scenarios with BW 7.4 HANA. For these POC projects, so you have to load the data. You